On AEW Collision, we got two big returns. Find out who they were.
Could Anna Jay harness the power of Daly's place against the reigning world's champion?
And in Swerve Strickland's first defense of the AEW World Title, was it actually the Swiss Superman's time to shine? All that and more this week's episode of Grapple-Sauce. Hit it, Dave.
Hey, Daver here. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, this guy's Chad.
And Chandler's back as well. How we doing, Dave?
We're doing pretty darn freaking good. Good episode of Collision. Really enjoyed it. I did not catch Rampage like I had planned to do. I wanted to see the street fight. That was my target for Rampage. But Chad, wow, you actually watched it.
I know. It was weird. And my wife actually sat through it too. It was good. It was really good. I love the street fight. It was a bloody mess. Just like those two can. Kind of a weird memory seeing them actually fight against each other at the Daly's Place parking lot. That was kind of cool. Then I remember my wife during the tag match that Chandler was excited about saying, I want to see these guys tag more. So that's pretty high praise, I think.
Yeah.
Challenge for the Bucks belts. Take them. Take them.
Yeah, Chandler, you wanted to see the Shibata Garcia match, huh?
I literally did not have enough time. I only had 2 hours to watch Collision. I mean, I could have stayed up late and watched Rampage, but I just didn't have the time. So I watched Collision. It was a really good show. I have tons of notes, Uber notes.
Cool, yeah. Let's go ahead and get into that bad boy. They're back at Daly's Place where they were at for Dynamite. Again, we got that home turf feel that me and Chad feel. You not so much, Chandler.
I don't feel the nostalgia, but I love the set. I absolutely love the set of a Daly's Place Dynamite or Collision. So I'm always happy for that because it breaks up the pace. I think it's a lot more fun. And in two different matches, they were actually able to use it pretty well. So
absolutely. Yeah, we finally got our Swerve Championship celebration that we were desperately needing for Dynamite, and the internet community made themselves known on that. I'm pretty sure that the plan all along was for him to have his little celebration on Collision, which is a little weird.
Yeah, Tony Khan's more of a numbers guy. Sometimes I don't think he puts it in a perspective just like how it actually felt and looked. Because I think he was just like looking at a spreadsheet and the lead into that was NBA basketball, and he just wanted to capture the biggest audience possible to see that Swerve celebration. So I mean, like on paper, I'm sure it made sense, but just from an actual like feel, it just didn't quite hit for me.
yeah, if I'm being honest, right? If I'm thinking like, oh, what would get the most viewers? I would probably say, wouldn't you want to have open up with Swerve to lead into the Claudio thing? Because I hate to say it, it's just a fact. Claudio's a bigger star than Kyle Fletcher. We love Kyle Fletcher, and I'm sure that match was great. I didn't see it, but I would have switched the two. But I'm sure it's fine at the end of the day.
Yeah. We got it. It was only a few days later. Yeah, it was good. Like there was some gravity to the situation. Like it's a big deal. He earned it. The crowd was so hot for him. Yeah, he's got the people in the palm of his hand for sure. Yeah, we got Nana introducing Swerve, calls him the boss of bosses and the anointed one in professional wrestling. One hell of a wrestler. All true. uh, Swerve comes out. He goes through some of the things that happened in the past week. He brings up Willow winning the TBS title. Adam Cole can walk now. Adam Copeland got misted in the face by the House of Black, and Danielson and Will Ospreay tore the house down. And then we get to Jack Perry. He calls out Jack Perry and the Elite and for attacking Tony Khan on Dynamite, and calls it a bitch move. Which
they should have done more.
Ooh.
Not a big fan of Tony Khan right now. They should have done more. I'm Team Elite.
Oh, gotcha. Chandler's turning heel.
Gotcha.
I'm not feeling Tony Khan right now. I'm Team Bucks, Team Okada. I want them to do a hostile takeover of AEW.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I kind of have a theory about what might be going down here with that front. I'll lay it on you a little later.
Is Tony Khan gonna have his first wrestling match? Is that what we're getting to?
He's gonna call out Eric Bischoff.
Ooh. They're both gonna get their own karate gear. Does he want to book Vince McMahon? I wouldn't book Vince McMahon.
No, I wouldn't either. Maybe Vince Russo.
That would be
That's
really
a fight he
fun.
could almost win.
Or Jim Cornette. Finally get that beef out.
Yeah. Let's see. Swerve says he won the belt, but it came with sacrifices. He brings up his own daughter, says she doesn't really know him. So he's going to set a good example as the AEW champion and prove to her what he's about. He declares an open challenge for later in the night. And who do we got? Claudio accepting. He says, "You're on." Yeah, I'm all for that. Yeah, like you said earlier, Chandler, they should have flip-flopped Fletcher and Claudio, I think. But it worked out in the end. Great match.
Yeah.
After that, go for it.
Little question. Later on, they revealed on Dynamite we're gonna find out who Swerve Strickland fights at Double or Nothing. Any guesses? I got a good one, but any guesses?
Perry.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be Swerve versus the Elite. I think Swerve. Okay, I'm just gonna lay it on you. I think Swerve is gonna team with BCC against the Elite.
Oh,
that's interesting.
After what we'll get to the main event,
maybe do like a Anarchy in the Arena or Blood and Guts kind of thing. That'd be cool.
Yep. I would predict Hangman Adam Page. And this is finally where Swerve gets that clean win over him. It's a main event of Double or Nothing. And they can put a pin in their feud. Or you want to be really spicy. I don't like this, but you want to be really, really spicy. Hangman joins the Elite. They cheat to win. So now Hangman has to cheat to beat Swerve. And Hangman brings the title and he holds the title for the Elite.
That's good. I didn't even think about that, man.
He's been away. They didn't mention him. It's gonna be like the whoa crazy, and he'll be like, "You shouldn't be champion." Blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, good stuff. Book it, Chandler.
I would if I could.
Oh, man. Yeah. After that, speaking of the Elite, we get a recap of the Elite kicking TK's ass. TK driver, Perry hitting him in the stomach. Tony Schiavone says that Tony Khan has multiple neck and head injuries and cannot travel. He'll be running things remotely. Nigel brings up a good point, like who's gonna handle things if things were to go awry, and he said it must be the Elite and the Bucks, right? Valid point. Yeah. So what are we setting up here? The Elite really taking over, like the NWO?
I hope for a little bit. Might be fun.
Yeah, it'll be cool. Like that could be their inroad on how they book Perry versus Swerve. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, we got the other EVP, Kenny Omega, returning on Dynamite. That should be pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, he was claiming he didn't know anything about it.
Is
that a work? Is that a shoot?
I don't know.
I hope Kenny Omega's the face in all this. Like, he comes in and tries to save the day for a bit. Maybe he gets beaten up, but then he'll make his return. I think that's like the best booking. I think if you just like had him join the Elite, it'd be a little weird, especially considering they fired him. So we'll see. Fired him. I don't know.
Whatever we can get to one day have. Okay, I realized I really want Kenny Omega and Swerve to be a tag team at one point. I think that could work.
The Golden Drivers, the Golden Houses,
the Golden House.
Golden House, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Woo. Calm down, Dave. All right. Anyway, yeah, we hopefully we'll get the Young Bucks controlling AEW for a little bit. Can't travel. Tony rocking that neck brace, really selling it at the NFL draft. Good stuff. After that, we get a Unified World Trios title match. The Bang Bang Gang versus Top Flight and Action Andretti. They didn't get their cool entrance. I guess Daly's place doesn't logistically allow for that, is kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
Kind of cramped, a little intimate. But yeah, we got the Bang Bang Gang in control, isolating Dante. The Acclaimed and Action Andretti make a comeback. They're doing their diving, they're jumping, they're flipping, they're flopping like they do. But Jay White lariats Darius and slams him on the apron from the floor. Darius gets a hot tag to Action Andretti and he cleans house. He does a really nice Spanish fly for a 2 count. Darius dives on the Bang Bang Gang on the outside and almost hits the barricade. Jay White sweeps Action Andretti's legs on the top turnbuckle. Jay White hits a really nice Uranagi on Dante. We get a 310 to Yuma to Darius from the Guns. And Jay White hits that beautiful Blade Runner on Action Andretti for the win. Yeah, fun match. I was really missing that intro for some reason. But yeah, they look good. They need to switch out that pink belt. Then they'll be really looking great. So, yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. For me, kind of a popcorn match, but still pretty good. I just always, as always, when I redoes it, I need to put over Jay White's Uranage. Woo! Man, that looks cool.
It really is fantastic. I liked this match a lot. One of my favorite bits was Action Andretti was doing a flip to the outside, and someone in the crowd went wee. So I thought that was pretty funny. And then I think the Guns hopped into the crowd, and they were like holding down Action Andretti and whatever, and Jay was beating them up. And they were selling it on commentary. They're like, "Oh yeah, the Guns used to be in the crowd for the pandemic time, so they're hopping right back like in the crowd like they used to." And it was even to the point where when Jay White wouldn't do a move, they were booing him and be like, "You suck." So I thought it was really funny. And then, of course, that wonderful, what does he call it? Blade Runner at the end. I think also the Action Andretti. It was just a really fun match.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. They look dominant. I can't really think of the direction they're going to go in now. Like, I think we needed a run in or something to set up or something with them.
Yeah. I've been booking that I want the Bang Bang Gang to win those trios belts since November?
Yeah.
And they just did. And I hate to say it, I don't know what to do now. Like,
yeah.
I really wanted to win it, and now they won it, and I'm like, well, I don't really want anyone else to win it, so I don't know.
Maybe after the pay-per-view, once they finish their feud with Copeland, maybe the next Collision after the lights will go out and the House of Black will jump them.
See,
Maybe.
my mind went to Death Triangle, but both of our picks there, Chad, they've already had it. Like,
yeah.
Because then I would also say maybe like the New Elite, but then again, they've already had it, so
Garcia FTR might be fun. But you
yeah,
don't like
I
FTR.
feel like,
Chandler.
in my opinion, in my opinion, putting Garcia with FTR is kind of backwards for Garcia again, because he's just like, he's a part of a trios again. Like, I want to see the solo star Daniel Garcia. I don't really want to see that, but I don't have any better ideas, so I'm not against it.
All the hard work of Shane Taylor Promotions losing and losing and losing. Give them.
But then again, it'd also be heel versus heel. And that's not always the best, which is the issue.
Mm-hmm.
All the trios are kind of heel right now, except for, I wouldn't say Death Triangle, but again, they've won it.
Wait. Okay, bear with me. We're going to have Big Bill with the Learning Tree and the surprise return of Enzo friggin' Amore.
Jericho has the trios belt.
I'm just hard. I like Big Bill. I will say I do like Big Bill. I like the idea of him getting something. No more Enzo.
Realist champions in the room.
How you doing? Can we move on, Dave?
Yeah, we got to move on. Yeah, no Learning Tree. I did like
Who's
how
excited
they were
for that FTW match on Dynamite. Yay!
Woo!
Shibata gets to lose. Yay!
Yeah. I did like a little production point here. They played Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting again later on during their little like Ray Phoenix match coming up, and they've never done that before. I think they're trying to get some use out of it, huh?
little continuity too. It's always good. Branding, synergy.
Yeah, I liked it. After that, we get a little video package / promo with the House of Black. Basically, Buddy Matthews accepts Copeland's open challenge for the TNT Championship. So yeah, we'll start with Buddy, go to Brody, and we'll have Malachi and Copeland at Double or Nothing.
Oh, totally.
Ooh, I am very excited. Yep, and we get the Brood out of it. Yes. It's the only way you can compete. It's the only way you can fight evil with evil.
Gotta fight goth with goth.
Yeah, man. Cool. Then we get I'm very thankful for a returning Ray Phoenix versus the Beast Mortos, who used to be Black Taurus before. I'm pretty sure he might have had a similar Penta situation where AAA really owns Black Taurus, so he couldn't use like Penta El Zero Sierra Miedo instead of just Pentagon Junior. Remember, that's what he used to be, Jad.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, fun character, big beastly dude in a cool mask. Like, I think we need more of that. Him versus Kill Switch came to mind. In the future. Yeah, he's been on Ring of Honor quite a bit too, from what I understand. Don't watch that because I don't want to pay whatever a month for that. But yeah, we get Ray looking really good, back flipping on his entrance to the ring, looking really good. Yeah, we get a power slam to Phoenix, then a tornado to Ray Phoenix on the outside from Mortos. Mortos overpowers Phoenix with some really hard hitting. Mortos does like a twisting reverse figure 4 to Ray Phoenix. Phoenix gets to the ropes. Looks like Mortos is kind of trying to keep Ray grounded, which is a good move. He was trying to rip off Ray's mask. Mortos kicks out of Ray's Tiger Feint kick finisher at 1. Nobody does that. Ray walks on Mortos's shoulders and kicks him in the head. We got Ray hitting Mortos with a tornado of his own on the outside. Looked beautiful. Ray hits a frog splash, but Mortos kicks out somehow. Ray Phoenix ends up winning with a surprise roll up. Yeah, then he takes off in the crowd before Mortos can get him. Smart. Yeah, good return. It looked like he was Ray, that is fresh and ready to go, and I'm looking very forward to getting Death Triangle or the Lucha Brothers back in the mix.
Yeah, it'll be good. The trios division could definitely use a fresh set of hands, but then again, so could the tag division. So either way, I'm sure they'll fit in. I like how they made this match super competitive. Like usually when you see like, oh, dude from CMLL or AAA come in, you're like, oh, he's gonna get wrecked. But the whole match, I thought that Phoenix had a good chance of losing, so they did a really good job of making it feel like a really good competition.
Yeah, I thought this was an excellent first match because I've never seen Ray Phoenix wrestle before, so I thought he really delivered here. This Black Mordos guy, you can bring, or Beast Mordos, you can bring him out more. He was excellent too. He held his own. I really loved how Phoenix was on the ropes and basically Mordos chopped him so he could get higher up on the rope so he could do a Hurricane Rana better. I thought that was a really fun spot. And then I love the bit where Phoenix like walked over Mordos' head for a little bit. And then it looked like a spear, but it was actually just a huge headbutt that Mordos gave to Phoenix. I thought this was a really, really entertaining match. So great way to bring him back. Great, like, hopefully push of momentum for him. And either, tag team with him and Penta or the Death Triangle with Pac as well. Yeah, either or. I'm fine with both.
Yeah, well, cool, Chandler. I'm glad. I didn't realize you'd never seen Ray Phoenix wrestle before. So you've only seen Penta like a handful of times too, huh?
Mm-hmm. Only when they have him out as like the solo, because it'll be like Penta's great right now because it's like, oh, we need someone with good name value who's over with the crowd who can have a really good match, lose. And that's what Penta is. So I'd love more for Penta, but it's so crowded in AEW right now. It's kind of hard to like push him with everyone else that they're pushing.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, great match. After that, we get a recap of the Best Friends Implosion. We get a little Orange Cassidy promo with the new interviewer. Looks like they were giving Lexi a little break. Speaking of changing up the announce team and the backstage people, I'm really digging Bobby Cruz.
Ooh, I was gonna mention it later on, mostly because I don't like Justin Roberts. Actually, I don't like. He's fine, but I don't like him. I really liked Bobby Cruz. If they were replacing the two, I would be fine with it.
Oh. Dude, he adds like a little like at the end of the like impactful words of his statement. He ends it with like a nice gravelly like
he's got some gravitas to his voice.
Dude, it's so nice. Dude, he makes Dasha look like a punk, like the sound, comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really liking it. But yeah, we got the new interviewer. He said he's afraid of what they'll do to each other, Chuck and Trent, that is. Statlander walks up and says he needs us, and they walk away. After that, we get another big return that I'm happy about. We got Roosh, uh, El Toro Blanco, which is I always wanted El Toro Blanco against Black Taurus.
Oh, heck yeah.
Like that was something, and I
Perhaps.
thought I was like, oh, cool, they're having a match right after each other. Neat. But yeah, he's against some jobber named Martin Stone. Kind of a Luke Gallows ripoff kind of guy.
I was like, is that Carl Anderson or Luke Gallows? I know there's no way, but he looks like the third member of the OC.
The
Get
third
out
good
of here.
brother.
Yeah.
Brother.
Mhm.
Let's see. Yeah, real quick match. I just wrote we got Rush doing a suplex, a running knee, slams him in the barricade, strikes, kicks. He grabs Roosh grabs a chair, throws it in the ring, so the ref has to get it and get it out of there. In the meantime, Roosh gets wires and whips him with it while the ref wasn't looking. Uh, he gets a loud chop, bull's horns for the win. Yeah, that's how Roosh should be booked, like a dominant mother effer, and I love it.
Seems like they're trying to do something new with him, unless they always did it, but I never noticed it. But it seems like when he's going for his finisher, you're supposed to do when he says when you mess with the bull, the crowd goes, you get the horns. But the crowd didn't really catch on to that, so I think that's why he beat him up again and did it again. But I'm sure it'll catch up. I'm sure it'll catch on. It's great to see Roosh back. And I had like one more kind of cynical note because I was like, well, like I kind of like I'm getting a feel of AEW booking when they bring someone back for a big return. They're just gonna lose to a champion on pay-per-view. So I said he's probably just gonna lose to Okada, right? On Double or Nothing. Which is fine. I think that'll be a great match, but it'll continue this like maybe they're kind of subtly telling a story of like Okada's kind of killing all your AEW, maybe not originals, but like a lot of these big names in AEW, like Pac at Dynasty, then I'll go to Roosh at Double or Nothing. Who's next? So, which I think is kind of an interesting story to tell. And then you do Okada Omega at All In probably or somewhere else.
Yeah. Oh, good stuff. Yeah, good to see Roosh. We haven't seen him since the Continental Classic.
It was World's End because it was that 8-man tag with all the other bums from the Continental Classic. So,
man, yeah. And no Jose because he got fired.
oh yeah, that's the biggest thing I noticed was he's solo now. So no Preston Vance, no Jalistico, no one.
Yeah, I think they might be. I don't know, man. Maybe they're trying to turn him like not face, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it'd be easier to push him as a solo guy as opposed to the faction that kind of really wasn't working.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. After that, we get a recap of Tony Storm saving Mariah May from Anna Jay, and Serena Deeb calling out Tony Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship. Hell yes. That'll be our Double or Nothing. Man, Deeb should get one run with that belt. I think this should be it.
Yeah. I'm I'm always Tony Storm. I'm always betting on Tony Storm, so I can't say that. My problem with this, I agree with you. I love Deeb. She's fantastic. I want her to get around with the title. But that's why I said she should beat Julia. Because I don't want her taking the women's title off of Tony, and I don't really want to see her losing to Tony. I'm sure the match will be excellent, but I really want a title run for Deeb. I don't want her to be the one to beat Tony.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. That's kind of my thoughts too. It's like, man, I want Deeb to get it, but I don't think that's the person she's gonna take the belt off of.
Yeah, like her promo was pretty good. She says failure's not an option, and what got me was now or never. it's time to become the AEW Women's World Champion. Like, man, I it's kind of like, oh, if she doesn't get it, like, she's just gonna to the bottom of the card and disappear. Like, oh, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she really looked gorgeous too. Like they had her like presented really elegantly, and yeah, like looking amazing. Um, oh yeah, she said, "This isn't a movie, sweetie. This is real life." I like that too. Like,
Uh-huh.
snap out of it. Uh, cool. Then we go right into Tony Storm versus Anna Jay. We got Tony doing the old school wrestling stuff, headlock, uh, headlock takeover stuff, Luthez press. I love Nigel says she learned it from Lou himself. Uh, Tony Storm slams into Anna Jay, who inadvertently hits Mariah May. Tony is concerned about Mariah's well-being. Anna Jay gets the Queen Slayer on Tony, but Tony stands up and drops backwards to get out. Tony Storm hits hip attack on Anna Jay, then a Storm Zero for the win. Yeah, it was actually a non-title match, right? So yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't up for grabs.
it wasn't even a qualifier. It was a revenge tour.
Oh, yeah. I don't really like the idea of the eliminator matches because it's almost like, all right, they're gonna lose. So I don't like those matches to begin with. So if you didn't want to overshadow Swerve with having two of your top titles having championship matches, then I'm fine with that. I actually quite like this match. Of course, I love Tony Storm. Anna Jay's pretty dang good. There was a bit during Picture in Picture where Mariah May took a sign from the crowd and it said like it's timeless time or something like that. And then Anna Jay ripped it up like a heel. And then I loved the bit where I think Tony Storm did a hip attack to Anna Jay and she hit Mariah May off the apron. And Nigel's selling of it was just so funny because he was like, "Oh no!" And it's like Mariah May just got shot. Oh, it was so funny. Like Nigel is the best.
Yeah.
I love how how competitive Anna Jay got in this one. Yet again, there was another match where she could have almost won. Like there's nothing on the line. It would have been cool to see. She does have a good history at Daly's Place. I think before this week she was like 9-0 at Daly's Place.
Mm-hmm.
She got the pin at the like. Take your mind back to the last Daly's Place homecoming show we saw. It was the like random 8 women tag and the 8-man tag. Anna Jay got the pin.
Yeah. Even though we haven't seen Sky Blue in kind of a minute, she definitely has been elevated with star power of the past, I don't know, 6-8 months. And I think they're starting to get Anna Jay boop 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 notching up a little bit, which is good. Building that women's division. I'm okay with it.
I think what helped Sky Blue was putting her right next to the TBS champion. So I don't know if you want Anna Jay to align with someone. I don't know who, maybe. Like, I
Well,
don't think Monet needs a faction or anything like that. But if you want her to have like a lackey, it's not a horrible idea. Have them both go heel.
there's some history that you probably don't really know about. Ty Mello and her were pretty tight tag team there for a while. So she had her baby, I don't know, months ago. Maybe she's been training to come back. I think that would work.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Um, love any Tony Storm match and Anna Jay. I watched her like go from Brody Lee's protege to now. It's been a fun journey. She's really improved. Let's see. After that, we get uh, formerly from NXT, the Grizzled Young Veterans. Um,
The schism, you mean?
Whoa, heard. Versus the Acclaimed. Man, these raps are getting out of control.
Yeah, I thought he got suspended over that.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote. I was like, I see Max Caster suspended, lol.
Yeah, man. He says, you better bite that pillow. Something we get up in that ass. So while we get up in that ass, yeah, things are getting pretty rough there. Is he just trying to get man?
Who knows?
But yeah, man, we got a evenly matched contest at the beginning. The Acclaimed do a neck breaker backstabber combo to Drake, which looked really cool. The grizzled young veterans take out Caster with a head kick. Then James Drake launches off Gibson into Bowens on the apron. Caster gets a hot tag to Bowens and cleans house. Gibson gets a famouser from Bowens, and James Drake gets a scissor me timbers. James Drake goes for a coast to coast and kicks Bowens while Gibson holds him. That was really cool, but they effed up the camera angle. All they showed was the side view. They should have the wide. Yeah, they didn't even do a replay. That kind of pissed me off because I know it looked good. The Acclaimed end up winning with a mic drop. Yeah, really fun match. I decided that the grizzled young veterans are British Midnight Heat, Chandler.
I think that's pretty fair. They were pretty dang good. This match was pretty fun. It was kind of nice to see the Acclaimed serious for the first time in a while, because ever since they had the trios titles, they've been kind of jokey. And I hate to say it, I've never really seen the Acclaimed to get serious, at least in the ring. So I liked that a lot. My favorite bit was when so this is, like I said, using Daly's place to your advantage. One of them hit a back body drop onto Caster on the ramp. I thought that looked really good. And then I really liked I can't remember who they hit, but it might have been Max Caster as well. But the Grizzled Young Vets essentially hit a lung blower to a coast to coast drop kick. That was a really good sequence in that match. So fun, really good debut for Grizzled Young Vets. I don't know if they've signed or anything, but I'm sure they just were like, we'll just have the Acclaimed beat an established tag team. So, good match.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I was shocked to see the Grizzled Young Vets because, yeah, that's I forgot that they'd been released because, well, they've just kind of always been in the background at the other place, anyways.
They were in NXT. Why were they in NXT?
Right? Yeah, exactly. So
that's why I was joking. Just to give you a little context, Dave, I'm pretty sure their old gimmick before they got released from WWE was they wore masks and they were spooky jobbers. Why would you do that with them?
Oh. Ugh. Okay.
But yeah, give me some of that British strong style. I love it. Yeah, hopefully they stick around because I don't know. I think the tag team division might blow up at least a little bit with the EVPs holding the belts. So it'd be kind of cool to see some different matches out in there as opposed to like the same 6 tag teams they've had for a while.
Yeah, think about it now, man. Like Lucha Brothers could be a thing. Grizzled Young Vets. They're probably signing Motor City Machine Guns. Like, yeah, tag division is about to explode. Cool. After that, we get a little Shibata promo. He says he's gonna chop down the learning tree on Dynamite, and he will face STP alone. Garcia walks up and says he's got his back. Shibata accepts. Yeah, that happened on Rampage.
Love how he did his little taunt, little dance as he left. And the crowd still popped. So it's still over. He's still over. It's not washed. You can bring him back, Tony.
He's still over for sure. Cool. Damn, we're already to our main event here.
For the main event.
Yeah. That's the one thing I love about Rampage, though, is Mark Henry doing that for every main event. Damn. Yeah, we got Swerve defending against Claudio Castagnoli. They start out real slow, thoughtful, a lot of mat work. We end up with a test of strength. Claudio covers, and then they like flip over each other over and over while they're locked, where their fingers are locked. Really cool looking stuff. They try to stomp each other's hands. Claudio gives Swerve a perfect backbreaker. Swerve gives Claudio 3 neck breakers, and the last one was off the middle rope. Claudio throws Swerve into the concrete stage, going back to using the building to their advantage. Chandler then does a European uppercut to him against the concrete wall. Swerve moonsaults off that same stage onto Claudio. Liked how he got up to the announcers and kind of was like, hey, like right before he did it. It was good. Claudio kicks out of a 450 splash. Then we got Claudio stomping Swerve. And it really pisses off Swerve because that's his move. They exchange uppercuts, kind of proving Swerve can kind of hang with Claudio on those uppercuts. That made him look really strong. Swerve powers up Claudio in a vertical suplex, like deadlift lifted him. Then Claudio kicks out of the Swerve stomp, like nobody does that. Claudio reverses the house call.
Joe didn't. He was the champ. I said Joe didn't. He was the champ.
Claudio reverses the house call into a giant swing, into a sharpshooter, and then Claudio transitions that into a crossface. Or was that the label lock? Basically,
I think it was a crossface. It was a crossface.
Okay. Swerve reverses a Ricola bomb into a DDT. Claudio reverses the Swerve stomp into an uppercut, and Swerve hits a stomp on Claudio. Then, out of nowhere, Swerve hits a house call to win the match. Really entertaining, good stuff. Like they had the star power for that main event, and it worked. And then at the end of the match, the part that really got me was Swerve put out his hand. You know, Claudio's been low blowing people, being a real dick lately. He shakes his hand. He kind of says something to Nana, right? But
I think he was just trying to buy weed off of him.
Yeah. It's like, we'll talk later. But yeah, man. So that makes me think we're getting Swerve and the BCC versus the Elite in some capacity.
That'd be interesting. I thought this match was excellent. This was an excellent main event. Excellent first defense for Swerve. I thought this was the best Claudio match I've seen since I started watching AEW. Probably, he really came out to shine. They inadvertently mentioned the first ever Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale, so I was pretty excited about that. For a little context, Dave, you know about the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, right? It's just a battle royal they do at WrestleMania every year. They're so important. They're on the SmackDown before WrestleMania now. So that shows you how much they care about it. But the only year it mattered was the first year. And you know who won it?
Big Show.
Claudio. Cesaro won it. And a lot of people got really excited because they thought it would be a big push for him. And how he won it was he body slammed Big Show over the top rope. And so they mentioned that. They said he's the only guy who's ever body slammed Big Paul White over the top rope. And I thought that was really cool that like they're mentioning really cool shit he did in WWE without being like, this is what he did. But if you know, you know. But I thought that was a really good moment. And yeah, just about everything you said. Swerve moonsaulting off of the stage, great way to use Daly's place. Claudio stomping Swerve, and then the house call to the swing. God, that looked great. And then Claudio reversing the stomp to the uppercut. God, that looked great. Like, it was just a fantastic main event.
Yeah, it was a real cool combination of power for power, yet technical. Like they were both spamming that reversal button, and I loved it. Like that's some of my when Adam Cole's on, that's some of my favorite thing about watching his matches is like just the creative reversals they always had come up with. So yeah, I was into it. Just it was a real cool story of like, oh, I can deadlift you too. Oh, I can uppercut you too. And then all of a sudden, I was like, oh, also, I'm gonna reverse your Ricola bomb into a pile driver.
DDT.
Yeah, DDT. Sorry, I was thinking about your video earlier. I was going through some of the comments. Got pile drivers on the brain.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all in all, very good match. Yeah, I want to see more interactions. Maybe you can do some little BCC stuff.
Yeah, I think that'd be really fun. Kind of get them more in the babyface category. Yeah, I mean Danielson was really kind of toning down his heel tactics with the Osprey feud, so he was more humble and so yeah, hopefully that'll work. I think it'll be fun. Cool, yeah, great episode. I think that really delivered for being uh, kind of the beginning of a pay-per-view cycle here. We're setting up things. We're getting things lined up. I like the quick turnaround on pay-per-views. Like it's causing them to have to get the show on
Yeah,
the road, you know?
yeah, it's keeping them more focused for sure. Less meandering because they can't afford it now.
Yeah, it's a good thing. And I like how they released their pay-per-view schedule for the whole year already. So we know we're getting a total of 9 a year at least. So they just got to get that max deal. So we're not paying $50.
Right?
Um, yeah. Chandler, you use my or do you pay for it? Do you have my password?
No, I still use your Bleacher Report.
Good,
I
good, good.
need them to go to max so I don't have to use a VPN on my computer. I'm so sick of having to switch to the UK to watch Dynamite and Collision because I can't watch it live. I don't have any cable. I can't record it. So please, please do a streaming deal. I'm sick of this.
Do you at least get to watch like movies and shows maybe that aren't available here? Like, have you utilized it in that way?
Yeah, I haven't really done that, but I could. I don't have Netflix. I don't, and like most streaming service can tell if you use a VPN and they block you. So
Oh,
Peacock,
really?
I have to turn it off. Hulu, I have to turn it off. Yeah.
Huh.
Netflix is different. I know. It's like one of the things they advertise for it, but I have to turn it off for Peacock. I have to turn it off for Hulu. I don't have Netflix, but when I do use Netflix, it can do that, but I don't have Netflix. So it doesn't really matter.
Man. Yeah. Yeah, we need that max deal for sure. But yeah, what do you all out there think? Let us know if AEW should be on Max. What do you think about the increase in pay-per-views? And yeah, while you're at it, don't forget to like and subscribe. We really appreciate that. To be more specific, elbow drop that like button and power bomb that mother fudging subscribe button.
Yeah. We got
And
a big Dynamite coming up. So I know it's announcing who Swerve's gonna face at Double or Nothing. We got Kenny Omega returning. We got Chris Jericho defending the FTW Championship against Shibata. God, Shibata, win, please. I need you to win, please. I love you, Shibata. I don't want to see you lose to Jericho.
yeah. Me neither.
What else? Anything else? Anything?
I don't know.
Copeland and Buddy Matthews for the TNT title.
Okay. Real quick, while I have it in my head, I like that Collision has that old school Raw Nitro vibe where the main event wasn't even decided until I like that, where the first opening segment, you know what I mean? That feel.
Yeah, some people hate that. I don't mind it. AEW never does it. So it was kind of nice to have that, like, oh, it's the main event for tonight. Boom.
Yeah, it wasn't like super impromptu because it was like, well, this is an open challenge. Like, so you knew it was going to be Swerve versus somebody. Whereas, like, you know, like the Raw ones sometimes would just be like two people are just having a random argument. Like, all right, now you two are the main event. Like, like at least this felt motivated. Like, so sometimes like Raw would get like really flimsy on that sometimes.
Yeah. Real quick, Chad, how does the whole audio realm work? Are we on that?
I know this. We do the audio podcast thing as well. So if like sometimes an hour plus on the YouTube is tough to sit through and you want to listen to us while we drive or fall asleep, you can easily do that by going to anywhere where major audio podcasts are found, like Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podbean, and probably more. I can't remember. I don't know. I set it up a while ago.
I have Amazon Music and we're on it.
Hell yeah. Ooh, big time.
And make sure to check out our short form content too. These guys are pumping out fantastic top fives. I know I just saw part 1 of the top 5 blood feuds.
Blood feud.
Any spoilers for what we got? Any spoilers for what we got coming down the line next? I know we got some top 5 reasons why Ryback is underrated and top 5 reasons why the WWF destroyed WCW.
Yeah, they're coming.
I don't want to.
They're coming. Yeah.
Do I actually have to watch Ryback matches? Fuck.
You just have to watch one. It's the IC Elimination Chamber match that he won it in.
Fair enough. Cool. Well, yeah, I think that just about does it. We covered everything I wanted to cover. Good to have you back, Chandler. We need your mojo and your expertise and your quick, witty comments to make us, when the videos you're not in, don't perform, man.
I'll be back. I'm sorry. I was on location. I was shooting a new project for Dynamite, okay? Yeah, I was the guy in the mask.
We're going to have to start a Patreon to set up a fund for your bail money because that's starting to get expensive.
Yeah, getting me out of jail every week. It's hard, but I really wanna. So I hopefully all things go well. I'll be there for Dynamite.
Pro wrestling journalism is a tough job, man, but someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to nitpick every single little detail of Dynamite, and I'm the man to do it.
Yes, I love it. Cool. Well, yeah, that was a fun one. I think that just about does it. Thank you both, Chad, Chandler, for joining. This one was really fun. And yeah, join us next time. We'll be doing our Dynamite review coming up here, probably dropping on Friday morning-ish. And yeah, thank you all for joining. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Peace.
Bye-bye.